Since there has been progress in both investigations, shall we share the findings from our respective locales?
Your time in Thavner has certainly been eventful. In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation. Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the Ethereal Sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavner.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Orenvold and Fodola's report, they were unable to free the Emolja. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Ifrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained. And I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within. Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
So we can hope. And I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself. The remaining Scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arcosodra by a considerable margin.
Are you sure Alphinaud is in the right group?
If you're to fight primals, then you'd best have at least one healer with you.
And I am more than happy to fulfill that role. I found wielding a sage's armament to be rather intuitive, and look forward to testing them against a more challenging foe.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Radzit Han of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
A military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetherite at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
Oh, you're teleporting, okay.
Yeah, I had it queued up because I figured you'd immediately party me.
I mean, I was gonna ask if you were going to take the free teleport over there.
Oh, I forgot there was. But, I mean, aetherite stuff. Aetherite passes or whatever. I keep forgetting the name.
Yeah. Apparently that Asian mythology video I made got featured on a fan-made wiki. That's neat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Apparently it was good enough.
So does that mean your skills are improving?
I guess so, yeah. Maybe you should take a watch at that later.
Yeah, I will when I get a bit. Toss me the link. I don't remember your channel, sorry.
Ugh.
I still need to watch the trailers for that thing I just did
The trailers?
for the 48-hour movie thing.
Ah, right. Ah, friend of Eorzea, we've been expecting you. You and yours will lead the mission into the tower, I'm told. The warding skills will be delivered soon. Till then, please stand by the boat we have readied. When your fellows arrive, I will direct them to join you. We pray for your safety and success. Well, let's hope nobody here arrives with the upturned stomach. Ugh. If this is the future of Aetheryte travel, I think I'll stick to boats. Aye. No warning, however empathetic, could have prepared me for that. You get used to it. On account of which we are a little late, but fighting fit. Mostly. My friends, permit me to thank you for accepting this mission. You must be... we should still call you Varshan, I suppose. Indeed, it would not do to confuse our soldiers. Very well then. For our part, we are humbled that you should see fit to entrust us with your warding skills. Please convey as much to His Excellency. One for each of you. Please accept them with my blessings. Well, thanks. With these, we can go anywhere those with the blessing of light can go. Not only for this operation either, but all the ones to come. We can finally break your monopoly on primals. In that case, they're all yours from now on. Ah.
I think the same.
But I'm afraid I can't let you retire just yet. You're the Scion's brightest star, after all. If everyone is amenable to it, let us review the strategy for good measure. As previously agreed, we will divide into two groups. Green and his band will break through the tower's defenses and locate its core. Break stuff, that's what I do best. Meanwhile, the rest of us will tend to the prisoners, who will doubtless want for healing due to the duress of repeated summonings. The primals which the tower bringeth forth shall be of deities of Thavnarian myth. As we have no prior experience with such foes, pray exercise the utmost caution when confronting them. At your word, my friend. For the people of Thavner, nay, the entire world, we must prevail. I kinda expect to see at least one elephant-like boss.
mean, there was a towering elephant in one of the earlier dungeons. Yep. Faster Q-pops. Oh, or unless you invite Ari, who just popped in. Oh well. Yeah, let's just Q-pop faster. Waiting on you. What, sorry? Ah.
Oh, I was maybe.
Oh, big oof.
What was the last thing you hear me talking about?
I don't remember, sorry.
So I remember saying something about the transmutation.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, no, I haven't said anything aside from that. Ow.
I had to shield it.
No tell for that.
Yeah, nor did I.
This one.
Oh, I did it again. Oh, I see what that is. I thought that was an attack.
No. I saw you going low health, so I just come.
Oh, also the last thing I heard is different than the last thing the stream heard. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was extreme. I couldn't cast any attack spells there.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was doing so much fucking damage to you.
Sorry.
I couldn't tell because I was too busy watching my own spells. Did you have any mitigations on?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Also healing myself once or twice.
Jesus. Probably would have died if you didn't then, because, oh my god, I was going at my max healing rate.
It's fine, I have Holy Sheltron now, which gives me regeneration.
Yeah. Also, I have a kitty cat begging me for attention.
Oh no. Leroy! Oh, that wasn't bad.
Yay!
And we barely had any idea what we were doing.
Yeah. All I know is, oh my god, I had to heal like all hell. Would have been easier with White Mage.
Is everyone all right?
It's fine, we lived.
We fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
The lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong. The ether is heavy and thick, like wading through a quagmire.
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Ishtola?
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point. This is the core we seek. Yet something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it. 'Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look.
Maybe it's a giant beam of light that's been shooting into the heavens? Maybe that's where the ether is going?
It's a cannon. Bitches love cannons.
There is something there embedded inside the core. A man's limb.
This is what we came to destroy?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
And that should be the end of it.
Spoke it too soon.
What now?
My theory that the tower might come crashing down following the core's destruction doth appear to be correct.
Bully for you! And how are we supposed to survive the fall?
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves!
I pray I'm not too late.
What do you mean, Ocarina of Time? Are we going back in time? Going straight over the moon at this rate.
What happened? Where are we?
We are on the ground, and hopefully still in Eorzea. Or, well, still in Thavnair.
By my reckoning, we're still on the island where the tower stood. But 'tis as if it never existed. Hardly a scratch. But how?
Graha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
Yay!
Then the immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here. They'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
Angelo and I will take care of that.
I have every faith in you, Alize, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more porksies, and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
Hail, Scions! We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
The threat is banished, and thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment, and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
The liberated prisoners are being transported to Radzatan for treatment. Alisane Stola will oversee the administration of the tempering treatment, with support from those who know a healing spell or two. We'll go and join them in the city once you've had a moment to catch your breath. Humanize the towers out with a party of NPC avatars. Had enough rest, have you? You never were one for being idle. Right. Vashan bade us to come to Megatuta at our earliest convenience. The others will join us there once they have finished tending to the prisoners. Ah, wait. On second thought, you and Estinian should go on ahead. I need to make a quick detour by the great work. We left Graha in the alchemist's care, you see. Best to fetch him before he's crammed into a specimen jar. Just you and me, then. The guardsman at the gate should wave us through. Boy, maybe we finally get to go into Radzatan.
Seems like it. More ether currents again.
Did I miss an ether card the last time I was here?
What, sorry?
No, I think I missed an ether card the last time I was here. No, wait.
Oh.
I think it's in the region that we can't reach right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was confused because it said east for a second. Now it's saying southeast. Now it's saying south. Ah, honored scions. You are free to enter at your leisure. As I cannot leave my post, I'm afraid you must make your own way. Should you require directions in the city, the sentry station at the fountain atop the steps should be glad to assist you. Though I have been to Ratatan before, this place is a veritable maze. Rather than risk getting lost, we had best ask for directions from the sentry at the fountain. Lead the way, and don't expect me to act as your tour guide like certain others. Internet. Ah, Master Green, I presume. I understand you're here for an audience with the satrap. If you require directions to the Megaduta, I should be glad to provide them. Satrap residence is situated in Dharma, the highest part of Ratzatan. To get there, I would ordinarily recommend the route that takes you by the bazaars in the city's north. Due to the state of alert, however, most businesses are currently closed and the Aetherite disabled. As such, I will provide you with an alternate path. Please, ascend to the steps next to this fountain, then continue left. There will be more steps, and upon ascending them, you will emerge on Pax's path. Proceed through the large door on the right, and you will arrive at Ruveda Fibers. Within, you will find another sentry who will give you further guidance. In other words, we head up. Sounds straightforward enough. I guess they don't want us to attune to the Aetherite right now, or something?
Yeah, I guess not.
Okay.
Give it a shot if you want.
Nope, temporarily
Maybe it's
disabled.
a jumping challenge thing.
Ooh!
For a look at it. It's not much of a challenge, but...
Ooh, there's a speech part. There's a place to talk here. Huh, neat. So this door is apparently connected to the canals of Lusnair. Not that we can actually go
look,
through it.
another jumping challenge.
Hooray, jumping. Heading to Megaduta, are you? In that case, please follow this hallway to my right and go through a door at the top of the stairs. You'll emerge at the entrance to the airship landing where another sentry should be on hand to assist you. Incidentally, if you ascend the steps to either side of me, you'll find the workshops of the Ruveda Fibers. There you're free to observe the artisans. Take care not to lose your way. So where is this jumping challenge you mentioned? Oh, there's one.
Yeah, you're just gonna see him. You don't need him.
And where's the second one?
You'll see it. You don't need me to tell you where they are.
But what if I get lost?
Well, then you're really bad at following the instructions the NPCs are telling you.
Oh, there it is. Well, now I have to go back down to the airship landing. And attune to the Aetheroid again. Failure for an airship, I'm afraid all flights have been suspended until further notice. So the state of alert is still in effect. Perhaps it's for the best. That aside, we're not here for an airship. We have business at Megaduta. Oh, in that case, permit me to direct you. From here, it's quite simple really. Ascend these steps and then continue straight ahead across the bridge. You cannot miss it. There you go. A simple jumping challenge. Greetings and welcome to Megaduta. May I inquire after your business? We are members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, come at the invitation of His Excellency. Ah, of course. We have been expecting you. I will show you into the audience chamber, if you would please follow me.
Are we the last to arrive? I hope we've not kept you waiting.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust.
Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent, in more ways than one.
One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease.
Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
Valiant scions, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude. You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence. No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales.
I just realized this dragon doesn't speak the dragon language.
Yeah.
Pray accept
I thought that was
your
weird
true
too
reward,
when we first met
along
him.
with the goodwill of Radzathan.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected, and now await you at the High Crucible of Alchemia.
Well, at least he's being considerate of us then, I guess.
Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
We are humbled by your generosity. Know that the inventive wisdom of Radzat-Han will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
"'Tis of no moment. A mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon this land and its people."
Oh, actually, I think I know why. Because I think it was mentioned somewhere that the youngest sibling of Midgar Solmer hadn't hatched yet when they came to this world. So maybe he was just born here and it just, like, learned the language.
Maybe. I mean, they're speaking telepathically anyway, aren't they?
I'm not
Albeit
sure.
brief. My involvement in the Dragonsong War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man.
It's hard to tell when dragons are actually talking.
Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply. And yet, you chose to live among men.
In the age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made. In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet no hate could I muster for those smiling faces which did look to me for guidance. Not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping against hope that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
Twould seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vritra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star. As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
Nay. When war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company. He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift. Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
I see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydaelyn to whom you must look for answers.
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort. 'Tis a story from my youth, many, many years ago. To my sire, I once posed the question, of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one? To which Midgardsormr did reply, 'Twas the last bastion of hope. He believed so long as Hydaelyn endured, so too might dragonkind. Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. 'Tis a stone I've left unturned ever since. Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydaelyn does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
Thank you, Vritra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions, I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way. Our fight against the Telophoroi is far from finished.
We must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
Prithee, a moment. There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. The one known to men as Eorzea's champion. This hero of renown and rumor, 'tis thee.
I only wish you could be here with us now.
I know of his clash with Omega, and the long slumber which was his price. Yet even closed in sleep, my father's eyes are far from blind. He is watching over thee, watching over this world. 'Twas a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsormr's trust. But alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread. For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, wheel enmeshed with woe. Amidst this tangled knot thou shalt know no rest. 'Tis an endless confluence of forces, a struggle without surcease. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation. The hope thou wilt need come the end. Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss. Thus do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
Apologies. We hadn't meant to interrupt.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
'Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go. At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, You may toast your triumph.
So, what were you and Vritra talking about? Nothing. Very well, if you say so. The others have gone ahead to the High Crucible. Let's catch up to them. Oh no, the reward is Archon Loaf.
Yeah.
Did you know the Archon Loaf uses fish in its recipe?
Huh. But also across the water is a lookout point.
Okay. Lieutenant was kind enough to give me directions to the High Crucible. First, let us return to the Mulberry Orchard. Across the Witchwater.
You'll see. You're not at it yet.
Oh, there it is. From here, we're supposed to follow the path left and past the mulberries. Where the street turns, enter the little straight ahead and then descend the steps. I thought the Crystarium was confusing, but it doesn't compare to Radzatan. The architecture and decoration make it even harder to get your bearings. Anyway, let's see where this door takes us. Seems we're on the right track. Here are the two doorways. The High Crucible lies beyond. I suspect the others have already collected the warding scales. Come, let us join them. Tuned to the 8th right now?
Nope.
Dang. Take care.
Hello? Oh, someone ring the doorbell. Be right back.
Okay. One last, of course, but at least we found the place.
These are the talismans we were promised.
Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for. Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of Zot.
Or we could use them to invade Garlemald proper, and strike directly at the Telophoroid's base of operations. Of course, we would need to consult with various Alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even be contemplated. To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to each of our allies in person.
Pray allow me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful
Sorry
duties.
about that, I'm back.
Welcome back.
My big old box from Japan finally arrived, the one I sent to myself.
I can head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
Yashola just suggested that we just march straight into the Empire.
We shall share the burden then. Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex. We must keep them safe and secure until we've decided upon a course of action.
Please, I must speak with you.
Nidana, you're awake.
Yes. When I spoke with the carer at my bedside, she told me that one of the scions, a young woman, had cleansed me of the tower's corruption. It seems I'd been asleep ever since the treatment. But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to come.
As you said, Nidana was captured only recently. Such a brief exposure is swiftly cured, so I tended to her before we gathered at Megaduta.
And I am truly grateful that you did. I cannot thank you enough. All of you, for everything you've done. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You've saved Thavnair from an awful fate.
Yet who hath truly saved whom? Due in no small part to thine inspirational courage, the alchemists were successful in reproducing warding scales of proven efficacy. Replications of thy work now stand ready to travel across the seas, unto the hands of those who might wield them against this rising evil.
The talisman? Is this true? Oh, I was so groggy from sleep. I didn't even think to ask. Oh, our great work sent across the seas. It was worth it. Oh, it was all worth it.
Look at that! Its color is completely changed.
What do you have there?
Out of the heart blow.
How unusual. I wonder if the effect is a reaction to Akasha.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
You imply that it is distinct from ether?
Foreign scholars often conflate the two, but we see them as separate concepts. Ether is an energy which permeates the land. It exists within animals, objects, even the air we breathe, affecting all through which it flows. Akasha, on the other hand, exists in a domain beyond our reach. A gift bestowed from on high, or torn from the heavens in some traditions. Akasha can neither be created nor destroyed. It is beyond our power to purposefully alter or manipulate. The only thing observed to influence it is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion. As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or exaltation when you've transcended the usual limits of your capabilities. That is a manifestation of Akasha, the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
I really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy.
I'm glad my haphazard explanation has piqued your interest. But even for us, Akasha is a somewhat abstract field of study. A lack of practical application lends itself poorly to formalized research. Which is why my analysis of your flower can amount to little more than idle speculation. I am sorry.
Nonsense! You have nothing to be sorry for. Your insight is much appreciated.
Shall we depart for Charlian then? I will see to it that the talismans arrive at the Annex.
And we will be in touch once our talks are concluded. I suggest you rest while you can. From here onward, sleep is bound to be in short supply.
Hold on. There's an aetheryte further down. While you're in the cutscene, I'm gonna go talk to the House of Splendors.
Alrighty.
Oh man, now I wish I kept my purple scripts from earlier today. Now I can unlock the level 90 crafting gear.
Do you already have 90 crafters?
Not all of it, but most of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, the custom deliveries give up a lot of XP. Well, when you're out, I will teleport us both to Charlian.
I think the cutscene's almost over. Just doing the camera pan up. Alright, I'm out. I'm just grabbing that same aetherite you did. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, welcome. It's good to be back, and with the fruit of our labors safely in storage. For now, we have but to wait for the others to return from their respective meetings with the Alliance leaders. As Thancred suggested, you should get some rest in the meantime. Welcome back, Green. Proud surprised me of your recent accomplishments. What an amazing feat to eliminate the tower and pave the way to deal with the rest. While it isn't much, I changed your sheets and plumped up your pillow. After all, there's nothing like collapsing in a nice clean bed after completing a major milestone, be it penning in pieces or defeating diaform entities. So, would you like to take a look at your new and improved lodgings now? Retire to your chamber. Ooh, Archon loaf. Disgusting.
Take heart and protect them well.
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you? We've bought quite a spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well. But he refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Charlian cuisine is not to his liking.
Oh, I don't know about that. Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart.
What? To perfect his brooding stare? Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Charlian feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
An excellent idea. Of all people, warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
Poor Estinian, beset on all sides.
Speaking of one's physical condition, Mistress Kryl, I hear you recently played literal host to Heidelin herself.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer. I've not felt a hint of her presence since.
Heidelin instructed you to carry that flower, yes? Twill be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it? Come to think of it, isn't that what happened with Nidana back in Radzat-Han?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow, as if reflecting the elation we all felt, the relief of a people with renewed hope.
Indeed, and in turn, I felt buoyed by that radiance. 'Twas akin to spotting a beacon and knowing we were on the right path. I know we've not yet triumphed over the Telophoroi, or learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans. But even within the midst of our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare and hard-won, perhaps, but it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to carry on day after day. Hey, that's mine.
To the swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle. Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
Or, to put it simply, you used it to sneak around the Forbidden Archives.
Yes, well, after a fashion. They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
Oh!
Are we pushing on until dawn?
I'm not that ambitious. But 'tis pleasant to idle away the hours every once in a while.
Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well, never mind that. I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news. Our tower in Thavnir has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon the ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes questionable.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome. Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
No. All else is... equal. Equally tedious. Equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke. But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot, enough to set my soul aflame. I basked in the afterglow, until the void yawned once more. And then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain on all that had come before. Burn, burn, let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
How wonderful that the emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more. I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours? Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable. You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing, disjointed, all the faces incomplete. The setting, too, was unknown to me, so I thought it simply a fantasy of my sleeping mind. Until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too. Yes, I think that is something we can both enjoy.